I have ground to a halt on the main case project at the moment because I'm waiting for a tool to arrive, which is going to be a few days, so I don't think anything's going to happen much between the middle of now and the middle of next week. But I can still get on and dismantle the head. So I've got about an hour this afternoon. I'll have a crack at this. I think the first thing I need to try and do is take out the rockers themselves, because I can't get to the valves to remove those until they're out of the way. I think the cylinder head bolts that run from the case up to the top of the head hold the actual rocker shafts in place, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So in theory, now I should be able to extract these, and the rocker arms themselves should come loose. This one is coming out, look at that. I think I'm going to do one at a time so that I can bag them individually and then we'll know which is which. Let's just pull out. There we go. That's dinky. This engine feels very small compared to the XL, and the XL was only a 250. Excellent. And then I guess we'll do the same with this side as well. That's our inlet side. Valve removal time. I'm going to do the inlet valve first, as it's the bigger one of the two, and so it'd be a good starting point to get a feel for it. Just need to compress the spring far enough so that I can get my little magnet in there and fish out the collets. There's one. And the other's putting up a fight. Thanks, mate. Try that. No. It's just kind of where the spring's pushing sideways, it's just trapping the collet slightly. It's got to be a point where it gives up. There we go, I think that might be it. Got it. Okay, and then release the valve. This is my £10 eBay special valve compression tool, which I have to say I gave a negative review on, and I've had nothing but hate mail ever since. I mean, I get that it's a £10 tool and that it does work, but it is not the nicest tool in the world to use. And I'm always a bit cautious it's going to chew up the work I'm on. Anyway, I'm moaning about it again. Stop moaning. That's a lot of people said on the review. Okay, so how are we looking? Should now be able to extract the top cap. The outer spring, the inner spring. Come on. There we go. And somewhere down the bottom I suspect there's probably a base as well. Yeah, there's something rotating in there. I have to shake that out. Come on. There's two pieces. There's a ring, and I think there's a base piece for the small spring as well. Something's rotating in there. There we go. Interesting way of doing it. Double washers. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Right, so that's the internals. Now we should be able to pop the valve out. Yeah. And this is where we find out how far the last owner went with it, because it feels a bit rough. Come on. Yeah, that valve hasn't been lapped in. Okay, brilliant. I'll do the other one now. As a point of interest, this is the inlet valve, but it has got a lot of carbon on the back of it, like really thick deposits, which is curious because the inlet should be clean and not dirty. So I'm wondering if there wasn't a bit of blow-by on there, or if there was oil in the fuel maybe that was burning onto the back of the valve. It's curious. I don't know why it should be like that. Okay, let's have a look at this valve. That came out much more smoothly. I wonder if we've got an issue with the inlet valve. Have a look at that in a minute. This is the exhaust valve, and it's like a toy. It's almost the size of my model airplane engine valves. This looks a lot cleaner in some senses. There is less carbon build-up on it compared to the inlet valve, although it definitely needs lapping in. But beyond that, it looks to be in good condition. So I'm going to check the inlet valve carefully and see if there's an issue there. I have just come in to remove the valve stem oil seals, and there appears to be one on the exhaust side, but I'm not seeing one on the inlet side. At least it's not obvious, it just looks like metal. So maybe this is a slightly different design to what I'm used to, and again I'll have to check the parts diagram to see what's what, but I've never seen one without a valve stem oil seal. But then that shows my inexperience, because as I may have mentioned once or twice, I'm not actually a mechanic. I'm just winging this. Come on. You mean number 5. Don't use too much brute force. Too late for that. There we go. So this is a different shape on this valve. This has like a flat top and a groove that would take a valve stem oil seal, as I would expect. But the other side has a pointed top to it, and it's entirely made of metal, and there's no groove to take a valve stem oil seal, he says carefully, which might explain some of the carbonation on top of the valve. If there's oil getting down there, then it would in theory burn on the top of the valve as it went through. But I've never seen a design without a valve stem oil seal on before. I will check the manual carefully. Anyway, that's as far as I've got time for today. But I have to say, despite the issues I faced yesterday, I do enjoy messing about with these small Honda engines.